Welcome to Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. Hello everybody, good morning and welcome back to another episode of Power Monday.
Where your Mondays will never be blue again.
Where your Monday will never be blue again.
Okay, anyways, my name is Taufik and
I'm Celine.
Yes, so if you guys are new here, if this is your first time tuning in, Power Monday's ERA's original podcast where we bring in the best of the best in the industry to share their real life journeys, the strategies that kept them going and the best practices for success. So if you guys are looking for your weekly boost of motivation, empowerment, we're here for you every Monday, 10 a.m. on ERA Singapore Spotify, and you can also find us on One ERA YouTube. So, today, speaker, she's a remarkable individual who proves that it's possible to have a successful career and still be a hands-on parent. A dedicated mother and a thriving real estate professional, she started her journey in this industry as a part-time in 2008. But today, she and her husband are not only a powerhouse real estate team, but also committed parents to their son. And despite her impressive professional achievements, she has remained close to her son, skillfully balancing her role as hands-on mom with her demanding career. So without further ado, please join me in the Power Monday studio, the amazing Joelle. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Taufik.
Okay, but before we get into the questions, Joelle, Celine, what are you doing here?
Oh, thank you so much, Taufik. Thank you for having me on Power Monday, ERA's original podcast. Now, I inserted myself in because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was a stay-at-home mom before coming into ERA, and then this episode actually, it's something really close to my heart. So I would like to actually ask Joelle a few questions. Now, Joelle, how do you ensure this whole hands-on parenting together with your real estate career?
Okay, I feel that success, being to have a successful career, right? Or whether is it it's not just like hitting targets or just closing deals, right? It's more about I think it's about I can be present for my family while I still can manage my career well. Then that is true success to me. Yeah. So it's not just like either one side, I achieve very, very well, but it's being able to juggle both sides and being present at that moment when I'm with the family, I'm 100% present. And when I'm work, I'm 100% focused at work. Yeah. So I think that is what true success is to me lah.
I see. So speaking about balancing and all, could you just share a bit how did that transition from being a part-time to a full-time real estate agent happen? Like what was the decision maker for you?
Wow. Actually, it was a very steep learning curve for me.
Yeah.
Now I think back, it's quite tiring. Yeah, so what happened was when that time I was still holding on to a 9 to 5 job, right? And so one day Jiaming just called me, hey, come join me. I found this very, very good career that's very suitable for you. Yeah, so it's like, hey, come join me. So I was like, okay, let's try it. So after trying it made me feel that, hey, if I can do well in this career, it can really give me a very good balance, in managing my time, my life, my family, and my work. So it really gives me total control of my life. Yeah, so because of that, right, so I've decided, okay, I'm going to do what I can to achieve success in this, to transit, because I need to first have a safety net. So I need to create a financial cushion for myself. Hence, I didn't jump straight, in a full-time for real estate. Of course, I cannot, I cannot fail. I cannot fail, right? So I decided to, okay, let's do both at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So now, the typical day for me on a weekday is okay, morning, 7 a.m., I'll prepare my boy and send him to childcare. Then I'll go to work, 9:30, reach office. Then 6 o'clock, finish work, rush for viewing. So that time I started off at HDB, right? So HDB viewing is weekday, is always evening time. Everybody finish work. So usually my viewing will start like 7:30. So I finish my office work at 6, then I reach viewing 7:30. By the time I finish my viewing, I have my dinner is 9:30. By the time I reach home, it's 11. Right? So but of course I have to manage my boy. Okay, you'll be good. You sleep first, and morning you will see me again. Yeah, but of course at times when he throw tantrums and he have to cry for me, I just have to rush back without eating and make him sleep. And after that, then I can have my dinner at like 11 p.m.
Okay, so you mentioned that at 6 you send him to childcare. Childcare is at 7 now. You send him to childcare. Then who picks him up? When you finish work at 6?
My in-laws will pick him up.
Okay,
I had my in-laws to pick him
So
up.
there was still a village.
Yeah, so that's why he still can sleep while I was like out working, right? Yeah, so that is the part. So it's like I have been doing this for close to a year.
Wow. Then how do you manage to still maintain that connection with him?
So I think the key is about okay, I how do I put it? I think communication with my boy, right, is to make him understand. I mean, even though we always feel that, still young, they won't understand, but somehow actually they can understand, right? They really can understand. So, I will always talk to him, share with him about like, what I'm doing, why am I working so hard, how does it benefit the family? So like how he can actually be a good boy, and support me on this journey. Yeah, so I always like talk him out, and then I will of course like share with him, okay, so let's look forward to our next bonding time together. You'll be good, and let's look forward to next bonding time. So I was like, okay, so I will have dedicated time off. I will have dedicated time off, and I will make use of little pocket of times, like not every night I have viewings, right? Yeah, so when I don't have viewings, so that's the part where we will have like big time story. So I will do big time story for him, and he will like actually our favorite moment was bedtime chatting. So before he sleep, right, then we will chit chat. Then we will talk. Then he will talk to me. Oh, he watched this cartoon or his friends, when he was younger. So yeah, so I think that is the bonding time. Yeah. So it's not about quantity. It's really about quality of time. If you feel that if you realize that, right, sometimes when you have quantity, you actually lose out the quality part because you have been so consumed in the daily operation, all the mundane tasks, right, all the everyday tasks. So you kind of forgot to really engage. You forgot to engage because you're so tired with running everything. But because I only have this like very little time with him every time, it becomes so precious to me. Yeah. Right? So I will make every minute counts. So I will be present 100% and really focus, just like our own bonding time. Yeah. So I think that is the part that really keep me going, and also how both of us can like be so closely bonded. Yeah.
So these are the specific moments or routines that you have with your son to stay connected with him.
Yes.
Now, but I'm just wondering, like, in terms of influencing, because you have your whole entire day packed from your full-time job to your part-time real estate career before you transition into a full-time thing, right? It's so the workflow sounds very insane, sounds so busy. But how does these moments these moments impacted the relationship that you have with him? Did he influence you? Did you influence him more?
Okay. Let me think about it.
It's a very tough question.
Yeah.
Let me share with you like why it come across that way for me. Yeah. Because like my children, they are 6 and 4 this year. So they're not at the stage where they can actually share with me how's their day. So I don't like this communication thing that you do with your son. Like, at the end of the day, bedtime stories, we have a little bit of chit chat. I try to chit chat, but when I ask her how's her day, okay lor, normal. I have fun. It's always a conversational killer. And I don't know how to, influence her to tell me more about her day. And I think she also doesn't know how to influence me to make me share with her how is my day. Because I also tell her, oh, mommy very tired. So it's been a tiring day. Then that's it. I don't know how to explain to her how is it tiring or what was tiring.
Okay. Okay. I think one key thing that I did with my boy is that I don't treat him like a child. So I talk to him like a friend. So I will just talk. I don't talk baby language to him. Even though when he's very young, I always start talking to him like an adult.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I still remember like when he started talking, right? And he will always call me, "Mommy, where are you?" All these things. Then I spoke to him on the phone. My friends around me thought I'm talking to a friend. Like, who are you talking to? I was like, oh, my boy. Huh? I thought you were talking to your friend. Yeah. So I'm not sure is it because of that that he just naturally pick up and be able to talk like an adult also. Yeah.
Sorry, can I know how old is your son, Joelle?
Now
Yeah.
18.
Wow, soon to be army already. How was it like for you, Taufik? Your mom.
In army? Oh, no. Sorry.
Your mom, like your relationship with your mom.
My mom was a single parent ever since I was primary 5. And I was always living with my grandmother at the time. But when my mom was going through a divorce, I thought that I should be there with her for support. And I guess what Joelle said about talking to children as adult helped me because that's how my mom talked to me also.
Oh, wow.
My dad was the one who were more babyish towards me, but my mom was like very, you forget to fast, I slapped your face one time. That kind of thing. It did happen, by the way, because of just one Hello Panda. But anyways, but yeah, so I kind of I was able to understand her situation at a young age. So when she was going through divorce, I told my grandma that I wanted to stay with my mom. So my mom was working like on shift, right? She was working in the factory. So I would spend most of my time alone with my mom lah. But I was able to understand her situation and why she had to go to work and why she had to leave me alone. So I think Joelle, your son, would probably understand that as well.
Yeah, so this is actually something I've been struggling with because my son, despite being 4 already and then me working for like almost 2 years, right? He still cries for me and tell me like, "Mommy cannot go to office. Mommy don't go to work. Mommy don't put makeup. I don't want you to go to office." And it's only when I tell him things like, I lie, I give him a white lie and say, "I'm not going to office, I'm going shopping." Or then he will say, "Okay, you're going shopping because you are dressed nicely," and then he really thought that you're going to Orchard Road or something like that. And he will say things like, "Okay, remember to buy me a toy," and I have to like get like I don't know, eat McDonald's that day or something, and to get a Happy Meal to tell you, "Oh, here's your toy." So it was it's still a struggle for me right now. I'm hearing from you because you're understanding son. Good job, Taufik. And then your son seems to be very adult-like. Now, pray tell me what to do.
Wow, I think this one is a family thing. It's a different thing. It's
No,
like
because okay, my son, I breastfed him until he was about 3.5. My daughter until she was a month before she turned 5. So at the point of their life, they were tendon latching. So their bond is very strong. My bond with them is also very strong. Even though I'm not with them 24 hours right now, despite wanting to be there for them 24/7, they're still very attached to me, very, very close. So they do not sleep without me. They would rather I shower them. They would rather that I change them, get them ready for school. So it's actually very tiring. Like everybody else can wake up at 8 o'clock to start work at 8:30. I have to wake up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 just to take the 8:30 bus to work. It feels like I don't know. I really don't know how to balance this. Sometimes I feel that if I delegate it out, right, I lose my identity as a mother. Because these are the things that I used to do for my children. Then suddenly, I don't eat dinner with them. I don't feed them dinner. I don't wash up. Then I only come back home and play with them. And it makes me feel that, am I losing my identity as a mom? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to do as a mom? Am I just a fun parent now? And then when I sit down and do homework with them, suddenly I'm like the most terrifying woman in the entire universe. So I mean, really. So coming on this episode, it's not because I want to show my face on one ERA YouTube channel, but really I want to gain some knowledge from you.
Okay, actually, talking about that, right? It brings me back to when I first gave birth to him. Okay, I was a perfectionist mother. I want to be the best. I want to give him the best, right? So even before he's out, like during my whole pregnancy journey, right, I suddenly feel that I become like a professor in like pregnancy and childbirth because I read the books, I go and research, right? I just prepare myself so well that I even like read up to like when he's 2 years old, what to expect, when he's 3 years old, what to expect, this kind.
Wow.
I really prepare myself so well.
Really forward.
Yeah, and
No, she probably like really read PSLE 10 year series while he's still in the womb.
yeah, and you know, it's so bad that like when after, okay, I remember when he was born, so I still remember the first, when I first hold him in my arms, right? I just cried. You know, it was so touching. It was really touching. And like, till now, I still remember after so many years. So it's like, I just cried. And then after that, I brought him home. Next day, come back and check for jaundice. Very bad jaundice. So need to go to the UV light, the lab, right?
Yeah.
I really cry until like nobody business.
Okay, because you were preparing everything so well. And
correct. And then to me, it's like, okay, breastfeeding is the best for my son. I must make sure I breastfeed him as long as I can, right? So that is what I really prep myself. But you know, life is unpredictable. Sometimes like no matter how you plan for it, how well you're prepared for it, right? You just cannot like expect what's going to happen, right? So that's why I remember that time when doctor told me, oh, he need to be in the lab for a few days, which means that you cannot breastfeed him. He need to be on formula because you don't have enough breast milk for him.
So all the plans all crush out on the paper and throw it outside the window.
Suddenly I feel like, why like that? Formula? No, I cannot let him have formula milk, right?
Yes.
I went crazy. Then I was like crying like nobody business, and then I was like angry with everybody, angry with myself. That I feel so guilty just because that he need to take formula milk, right? So I'm in that position that, you know, I want to give him the best, and I have a lot of mom guilt, you know, if I don't do my best. So until a day when I decided to step out to work. So before I make this decision, I told myself, okay, I feel like this is very important. I had this internal dialogue with myself, inner dialogue. So I had to talk to myself. So I had to pep talk myself. So I need to tell myself that, okay, why do I need to do this? Why do I need to go to work? And it's actually the best for everybody. So I kind of like, you know, psycho myself and tell myself that this is the best decision that I will make for everyone. Okay? And I need to prep my son for it also. So before I start taking the action, I slowly prep him, telling him, oh, what is it work? You will not see me during the day, you know, will not see me so often. So I start already to prepare him. I don't know he understand or not. I just say, every night I will just say, you know, prepare him for that day to come. Yeah, so that's what I did. Then, and I told myself that even if he cry, I must stand firm. Even if he cry, I will stand firm. Like yes, my heart. I mean, I will feel very painful. You know, I will feel very painful. I feel very sorry, but I will just stand firm. And because I know that once I stand firm, after a few times, this whole thing will change. Yeah, but I have to stand firm.
So you're the more disciplined parent.
Yes, kind of. Once I have decided that this is the best for everybody, I will stand firm no matter what. I will not go soft lah.
So none of the family members actually try to dissuade you from working full time?
No.
Wow. My husband every day until today is still asking me when you going to throw letter. Because I mean, for him, he believes that I should I should stay at home with the kids lah, nurture them, because after all they are our responsibilities. It's not like the grandparents or my mother, his mother, or the childcare teacher even. And then now next year she's turning 7, so we're going to primary school. Then half day only. I don't know what to do now. I'm like, I can't be there, and I don't know what's going to happen when she's coming home from school, like at 2 o'clock, because childcare, 7 o'clock, you pick them up. This one, 2 o'clock can pick them up, or they come home themselves. What do I expect from a primary school kid?
Maybe Joelle, you want to share with us what role does working alongside Charming helps you balance basically career and family lah.
It's not a one-woman show, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it really takes a village to raise a kid. So community support is very important, right? Of course, if you have like your parents to help out, you have your siblings to help out, you have your spouse to help out, that is like the best. So it's like grab whatever help you can get. Don't reject, and don't want to be the one need all mother, to have it all mother. I think if let's say we have this kind of expectation, in the end we are the one who's suffering, right? We, like you say, you lost your identity, right? I mean, I see a lot of mother, even like myself last time, is like we be a stay-at-home mom. You know, we want to give the best to our kid. We want to pay 100% attention. We want to be there for everything. Their sports day, even like what cartoon they watch, I also want to know.
The thief drop also, I want to be there.
Precisely. So we want to be there, but to us, we feel that is being the best mom ever, if we be there for everything. But not necessary. Right? I think it's not necessary to really need to be physically there. Yeah. Like if we are physically there, but we are not emotionally there, or we are not mentally there, then I think it's as good as not there. Yeah. So I think this is something that probably we really need to manage our own expectation and realize that being there physically 100% of the time may not be the best for everybody. Yeah, so being able to be in the same career, you know, working together with Jia Ming, it actually has a lot of benefit. A lot of people ask me like, hey, good man, every day you see your husband, at home, at work also see him.
Training
every day
also all together.
Yeah. Like, won't you all like have a lot of disagreement? Don't you all quarrel? And like, don't you get sick of each other?
Absence don't make the heart go founder.
Yeah, so to me is, actually I see a lot of benefit, right? So first of all, it kind of, it makes our time very effective, right? I don't have to purposely carve out a time for him. Right, I think I did. So the time that's being saved, right, we can do more meaningful things, things that we enjoy, or we can use that time to even, I don't know, like to go work out, to keep fit or whatever, right? So I think that portion is important, because if we work together, technically I don't, even though so we at work 8 hours, but doesn't mean I really work 8 hours, Sure, I have free time in between, and that's our couple time also. So it kind of blend in, become 2 in 1 lah. Like work and couple time can be like 2 in 1. And it's good in a way that we both understand what we are doing. We understand about the work. So, okay, what I like about is like, you know, sometimes when I have a bad day at work, then when we get back home,
you don't have to explain to him all over, because he's there already.
Correct, I don't have to explain. So he understands, and he will not come and, you know, say things that irritate me further. He will tend to be more sensitive, very careful, and that day he will be so thoughtful, so gentle with me, and he will go and tell my son what happened to me today, and 2 of them will brainstorm how to like make me happy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that is the wonderful thing about having your spouse, right? Understand what you are going through and what actually happened in work. And we can even like, you know, and okay, because both of us are very, our character is actually quite different. Same but different lah. So we have very different strength. So when we definitely have a lot of argument, a lot of disagreement, but it's actually good. It's actually good for our business. So when I raise like an opinion, then he will say his opinion. So both of us will debate Then we will debate, then we will come up with like the best solution. Yeah, and that's why we will keep improving our business model. And we will also like, I think even as an individual, we improve as well, right? Because there are certain strengths that he has that I see in him. Then, I will like slowly influenced by him and I will actually learn from him. So that is how I feel that we can complement each other and help each other to be a better version of ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah. And most importantly is I don't need to worry about conflicting appointment when I need to go to the school for parent-teacher meeting and then I need to meet a client.
Yeah.
Right? So Jiaming, you go meet the client, I go to the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very easy to manage our timetable.
That's something that I've never thought of. I always think that couples who work together, right, because of the conflict, then while you fight and argue until you end up in the lawyer's office for a different reason, not to sign exclusive.
Was there experience where you felt like when you want to achieve a certain achievement or towards success, you had to reprioritize like what's important to you? Like, was there a moment where you, I cannot, I don't know which one I should prioritize? I mean, like, it's a question of challenge, I guess.
I guess
understand what I mean?
when it comes to like meeting a client, like she mentioned just now, meeting a client and the parents teacher, right? I think she still prioritize her role as her mom. So she will go to the parent teacher. I mean, Jiaming can also go to the parent teacher meeting, but usually this kind of meeting, right, the mother go on. Because mother, we have a lot of questions to ask. And we are more like observant with our child to go and ask questions that we have observed and we want to know the answer to. Hey, why my child behaving this way? Is it something that's happening in school? Fathers usually don't notice this kind of
If they go
things.
to the school, come back, you ask, so how is it? Good? Everything good?
Yeah. So even if the result, so my children, they go to therapy, they go to child development unit because I'm a very kanchiong mother. I see little bit not correct, or little bit not hitting milestone, my cham liao. Something is wrong with my child. I need to send to go and see a professional, a specialist. So my daughter, because she cannot ask you or ask somebody, an adult, for help. So as a mental health advocate, right, I felt that okay, maybe she has some anxiety, but I cannot pinpoint what anxiety. Is it social anxiety or it's just like 还没有开窍? I don't know what is it in haven't blossomed lah, her personality is not out yet. So we brought her to see a specialist. Then I found out that through the assessment, right, she's a genius. People score 100, she scored 131 at 6 years old, So it's like her brain cannot function why she cannot function, why she cannot. So her brain cannot understand certain things because she is too overly smart for her age. Then whereas for my son, he's also above average, not as good as his sister, but also because he has this need which we cannot understand. But the doctor tell me he's perfectly fine. And I'll be like, no, I think he got ADHD, he got this, I Google this, I Google that. Then when it comes to my husband, right, he's like, but he can eat, he can sleep. Okay, what? Nothing is wrong.
Yes. This
Right?
is man.
It's okay. So it's not out of it's not in my imagination it's true. Therefore, I mean to answer your question, I feel that Joelle has really placed herself as a mother first, but did not neglect her role as a real estate professional. Then she has the support of Jiaming. But if let's say the client only want to see you, like the husband, the wife is only, maybe husband and wife want to buy sell, then they only comfortable with you and not with Jiaming, because woman and woman can talk better.
Okay, if for such situation, I believe the client will be perfectly okay for me to reschedule another appointment.
Yeah, I believe so also. But cannot tomorrow I flying off already. Today I die also must see.
Zoom.
Okay, then maybe what I will do is I will ask Jiaming to go to the parent-teacher meeting. And
With a list of questions. You better ask the teacher this.
yes, okay, so either I will do that or I will email the teacher separately.
Oh, Wow. Okay. Thank you for this wonderful advice. This is the first thing I'm gonna do when I go back to my desk later. I'm gonna email the teacher.
Yeah, and actually I realized, right, by emailing the teacher, sometimes it's actually more effective than you meet the teacher face to face. Because when you email them, they need to reply they need to put in more thoughts, when they reply your email because it's black and white.
Oh yeah.
Right? So sometimes the reply can be more constructive. Probably it can give you more understanding of like, okay, how should you move forward for certain things. Yeah. So sometimes I think emailing could actually be better than meeting face to face.
Wow, that is very insightful. Your mother go to all your parent-teacher meeting?
She has to. She's the only one. She's the only. So easy. No need to sign consent form. She will definitely come. She's the only one I have.
Oh,
But I remember my mom don't go to parent-teacher meeting. I mean, my generation that
Yeah.
time, it's not compulsory, mama.
Same thing.
Then not like all the parents will go. So usually, then because last time I think that generation, most of the mothers, parents all really need to work.
Yeah.
They cannot just take time off. Yeah. So only those privileged ones or maybe stay-at-home moms, then they get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My teacher will hold my report book until my mother come. Then my mother, she okay or not? I need to work.
So Joel, going back to earlier when you said that ever since your son was still young, you already had conversations with him like an adult. So now being 18, right? Do you think is it easier for you to have more better connections around in terms of like him supporting your career and then you supporting his desire or need to spend quality time with you? Is it easier?
Yes, definitely easier. Because the connection is already there since day one, and we already kind of forged this kind of habits, or we both enjoy that bonding session we have like over meal time, right? So he also enjoy that I don't nag at him whole day because I'm not at home whole day, right? I don't see my mom every day to nag at me. I play my computer game in my room. No, she will not be there, breathing down my neck. So I think he appreciate that space that he has, and yet that's why I think probably because of that space that he get, his own me time, he also appreciate that moment when he have with me. Right? So we make it a point to like, have meals together as much as possible. So like if let's say for example I already maybe 3 days never see him, then when I get home, then we were like, oh, okay, maybe today I come home early, but not that early, but let's say he eat dinner at 7, but I reach home at 8. So he already taken his dinner, right? Then he will be in his room doing his stuff. Then when I reach home, I will ask him, you want to come out and talk to me while I eat my dinner? Or I will say, okay, shall we go and eat dessert after my dinner? Because I've not seen him for a few days. Then he will like, okay, come, let's go ice cream together. Yeah, he also will appreciate that time. So he will make effort as well. Yeah.
What about during those period with major exams like PSLE N/O levels?
Oh, okay. PSLE is the time I really take time off from work to supervise him at home. I am his half tutor that time. Yeah. So I was really at home, and so that is the time where the whole family ambience is very tense. I mean, it's really not the best option, okay, to be tutoring your own kids.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, it's like, it's either he go crazy first or I go crazy first.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I don't understand why, it's like the patient just get thinner and thinner.
Yes.
Yeah, and every day I need to like scream at him, which I don't like, and I don't know why I have to scream at him. Yeah, then he will
walk away from the situation.
Yeah, then he will always ask me, why do you have to scream at me?
Yeah.
Then I was like, then you don't make me scream at you.
Correct. I asked the exact same question. Like, where do you think my anger is from? Like, plucked from the coconut tree in front of you? Yeah, something you have done, right? But then I think also because they're not mature enough to understand, because we already know the answer to the question, and then we are just frustrated because they do not get to where we want them to.
Yes.
But they don't know how to get there too.
Yes, correct.
So it's tense up. Then after that, how do you become nice and peaceful again?
Okay, so I just like, so after that, I make conscious effort. When every time I know that I'm going to boil, my butt is boiling, I will stop talking. I will leave him. I will like step out of the room. Then I will calm myself, I go and drink a cup of water, I'll breathe in, I'll breathe out. Then after that, I'll come in again. Okay, come, let's continue. Yeah, so that's what I will do.
But also like when I learn from school, the mother who walks away or the parent that walks away in that situation, right, leaves the kid a sense of abandonment. How do you feel about that?
I think he's the way because I still come back, right? So I step away, then I come back. I will after the whole episode of drama, I will always have a debrief with him.
Okay.
Yes, I will always talk, like when both of us like calm down in a better mood, I will always like talk about that incident.
Yeah.
Like why were I angry with him? Like why did I actually do this, or what is it that he could have done better, or what? Of course, so it's more to acknowledge that, you know, it's not about you, it's about probably your this behavior, it's about this situation, and why I feel that, why it will make me angry. So I will always explain, kind of. So I will always have a conclusion with him, like what exactly happened. So, but no matter what, you know, I still love you.
Yeah. My daughter guilt trip me all the time. She'll go like, because I never try my best, so you shine me. No, you try your best. It's mommy never try her best.
This is a separate conversation you need to have with your child. So, Joelle, when you shared about unpredictability, like when you say preparing for the pregnancy, right? How does that experience influence the way you view your career? Like unpredictability, everything needs to be perfect.
I think it does. It just helped me to be more mindful, you know, that I cannot be in control of everything, right? I need to be flexible. I need to adapt to situations. So no matter how much I plan, I mean, I think I still have to plan, because as a working mother, right, timing is very tight. So to manage your time well is important. So you definitely have to plan. You cannot like just let the time pass by like that, right? So you need to make good use of every minute of your time. So, but always telling myself that this is just a plan, you know, it can be changed anytime. So I must be prepared to accept that change and adapt and be flexible about things lah. Yeah, so I think that situation really made me realize that, you know, I really cannot be in control of everything. Yeah.
Then maybe before we end off, the final question will be, what advice would you have for those parents who are struggling to find time for their kids while also trying to try their hardest in advancing in their careers?
Yeah, I need. Maybe you give me 2 or 3 advices and not just one.
Okay. This one,
Yeah.
I actually I got prepared so that I make sure I say everything.
I'm all ears. Let me like put my hair behind first, and then all ears to listen to the advice that Joelle is about to give me.
You forget also, you just come back and watch Spotify on YouTube, everybody, remember, okay?
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I just suggest some practical tips that I feel that it can help working parents like myself, you know, to navigate busy lives more effectively, but still can maintain the strong family connection that we wanted. Yeah. So I think some of points is like what we have already said earlier also. So now I just summarize them. Of course, point 1 will be to prioritize quality over quantity. I think that is really the key, right? Even just a very short burst of time, like even just morning, make an effort to, let's say morning I send my son to childcare or send my son to primary school, that probably 10 minutes, right? We can talk a lot about things. We can also talk about like, oh, I have a dream last night. What was it about? Or okay, today I'm in a good mood, or today I'm in a lousy mood. Okay, maybe also it's like that 10 minutes really can talk a lot about things. That's the connection that we can
That's
have.
very true. Sorry to cut you off, but that's very true, because just now we had lunch with Garrett, and then we had lunch at Novena Square, which is beside Tan Tock Seng Hospital, which my mother goes to. And then I thought about my mom. Then I called her, and then she out of the blue, she was like, "Why you call me? I'm so happy to hear your voice."
Yeah.
So I think it worked both ways also.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Okay,
does, it
please
does.
continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So of course, create a schedule. Create a schedule. Really block out specific dates, right? Especially for family activities. Like that would be my priority. If I block out this date, to have let's say to go out with my kid, go for a movie date.
Nothing can touch that.
Yes, I will move around everything unless emergency, right? So I will just make sure, and that is where I will not compromise. I promise my son this, I make sure I deliver. So it's actually setting an example. And I will never patronize him. I will not give excuses like white lie, I will not. So if I really have to go work, I will say I go work. If I really have to do this, I will tell him, I will apologize or whatever reason, I will tell him the truth. Even though I know that he may throw tantrum, I will still do it because I feel he need to understand. Yeah.
But he's 18 now. Then if he tell you that, I want to go and meet my friend, can we postpone our movie? And then you have already shifted everything else for this date now. But he prioritizing his friends.
Okay, I will. This is something that I will always do. Is I will be very real. I'll be very real in front of him, right? Because a lot of parents, they feel that I'm a parent, so I must always put up a strong front. I cannot show my vulnerability. So that they feel very protected, they cannot feel that my parents are weak or vulnerable. But this is something I feel vulnerability actually helps to bring the bond closer. Yeah, so I will always be real with him. If I'm not happy or I'm sad, I will tell him. So in this case, I will tell him that, but we have agreed, I have set aside my time. Despite my busy schedule, I make priority. So it's not fair to me. So can you shift your appointment? So I will do that.
That's true. It works.
Yes.
It works for me.
Yes, because they can understand. They it's not like they're unreasonable. They can be reasonable. They just want us to talk to them and make them understand. Yeah, but of course, if he really cannot, he really want to insist and do it, I will not force him either. I will not force him, but I will let him know that I am disappointed about it.
That's the word, disappointed.
Yes. Yes, because when your bonding with the kid is strong, communication is very good, right? They do not like to see you being disappointed. Yeah.
My mom always says she's disappointed. It's a conversation I need to have with my mom.
Okay. Then delegate responsibility. Don't take on all the job. Must delegate. Okay. Involve. Okay. So sometimes involve. When I say delegate, right, it's not just like someone, let's say housework. Just involve the kid lah.
Oh, yeah.
Shocked when you say,
That's what my mom do.
Yeah. Involve the kid in the housework.
But it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
correct.
plus points also for future.
Yes.
You mean to say you and your mom do together, like you sweep, she mop?
It used to be do together. Now you do.
Oh, or you two like just
Now
wipe
she's like,
the
hey, got
windows
rice,
together.
got onions, got egg, fried rice. That's how my mom talk. She very gangster. Tiger mom. Then
Yeah.
you see the clothes, wash.
Yeah, so last time when he was younger, so I have helper. So my helper go back for home leave. That 1 month we don't have helper. So I will tell him that, now we don't have helper with us for this 1 month. Who is going to do the housework? So shall we all like split the workload until she's back? What can you help with?
Oh,
Yeah.
the gentle parenting one level up, right?
So, later,
Yeah.
so his son is prepared for NS already, then you need to prepare.
I prepare him for direct school admission first. Okay, he's only 4, but I prepare until he's secondary school already. I made him do rugby so that he can first of all get to know Angmo girls because he like, and then secondly, hopefully DSA he can do. Is it DSA, direct school admission? Yeah. I plan until then, but you say God is always the biggest planner of all. You can only try to do our best, and then like you read up everything. But when a day comes and it's not going our way, then we just have to wing it lah.
Yeah, but one important key is when we delegate responsibility, let's say you get your spouse to help to do certain tasks, right? Then we must close one eye.
Or
Close both eyes. Yes.
Close 2 eyes and then do again.
I just
No, just close 2 eyes. If I decide to delegate, I better close the eyes and don't be picky. Just let them do it.
Okay.
Yeah. If not, then don't delegate at all.
That's a life advice.
Correct.
Feel so
Because
attacked.
yeah, because even if let's say you ask them to do, and then you still picky about it, and then you go and redo, then they don't want to help you do anymore. They will think, what's the point? You are wasting two person's time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think be fully present in the moment lah. Yeah. So set boundaries lah. Work. If it's work, then I work. Okay, you don't come and disturb me. Okay, this is my work time. If I at home using my computer, it's work time. You don't come and say you want to play with me because now it's my work time. But if it's play time with you, then it's not work. Then my phone I'll put aside. Then I will like play with you. Yeah. So I think that is setting boundaries. So it's actually helping him to learn and manage his emotion as well.
Wow. How about family time? Because just now we only talk about, sorry, I know just now you said last question, but then it just sparked something in me that it was bonding time between you and your son, and then between you and Jiaming. Okay, where's the 3-person equation?
3-person equation, that means?
I know, holiday. Because no choice. The 3 of you go holiday, then you have to...
No, meal time. Meal time. So, of course, meal time, Jiaming will be around also lah. Not just me and him.
I sure you go and take your dinner elsewhere in the living room, balcony.
Yeah. But now the main lead is my son ma. He's the caliphate.
Okay. Does he know this? When you run at night, listen to the podcast, he's going to be like, I need to come here, so I need to save my side of the story.
Yeah, I'm sure he want to do it.
Oh, so mealtime then, but other than mealtime?
Because you see, we both work together ma. When I'm not working, most likely he's not working also.
Okay.
Yeah, so most likely that will be with our family time lah. But of course, there are certain moments like of course, like when Duncan was younger, when tuck him in bed, it's just me lah. So that is like when tuck in bed, that time that is like me and him both.
Mother and son moment.
Yes. Yeah.
So now I'm wondering where's the father and son moment. But
Don't ask
wait
me.
for Jiamin to come on this podcast and then we ask him, write that down now.
All right. So Joelle, before we end off, any last word of advice for those who are tuning in right now, be it in parenting or in their real estate careers?
I think I just want to share this like to all the working mothers. Or rather, the mothers. Like, I feel that women, right, always juggle many roles, right? You play a role as a daughter, play a role as a mother, sister, mother-in-law next time.
Sometimes.
No, daughter-in-law.
To some people.
Daughter-in-law, yes, daughter-in-law. And you play the role as a sister-in-law, right? And you want to be perfectly, the perfect role in every role that you are in. Yeah. So that's what we always want, right? But we always neglected something that's most important. We forgot to play the role of being ourselves. Yeah. So I think that is where we really lost ourselves, and we get so wrapped up, in what everyone expects, and we forgot who we truly are and what we truly love. Right. So I just hope everybody can take a moment to reconnect with yourself and like embrace your individuality lah.
Nice. Very nice closing. Thank you so much, Joelle, for joining us in the studio. And thank you, Celine, for accompanying me for this
You're
episode.
very welcome. I hope to come back more often.
Comment. No, that's okay.
No, yes, comment. Say thumbs up, thumbs up.
All right, guys. So remember, balancing a thriving career while maintaining a close relationship with your child is a challenge, but it requires intentional effort to prioritize family time while chasing your professional career. But with the right strategies, the tips that Joelle shared, I'm pretty sure you guys can do it. And don't be too hard on yourself. Embrace your vulnerabilities, embrace those challenges, and also embrace the small wins. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please...
Wait, hold on. And also remember to connect with yourself.
Well, yeah, sure. Connect with us.
Connect back with yourself.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment on our YouTube and continue to follow us on Spotify to hear more episodes. So for more powerful episodes, stay tuned. Remember your
Celine?
Mondays.
Oh, one more time. Yeah. It was my cue. Sorry, first time.
Alright, so stay tuned for more powerful episodes. Remember,
your Monday will never be blue again. Just say correctly. Okay, one more time. No cutting one at these two.
No, don't have.
No cutting.
Don't have. Okay, stay tuned for more powerful episodes, and remember,
Your Monday will never be blue again, is it?
yeah.
Okay, one more time. Now I don't want to
Aiyo.
make a question.
Stay tuned for more powerful episodes, and remember,
Your Mondays will never be blue again.
until next time, keep pushing forward. Stay empowered as we continue to rise by raising others. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye bye.
Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again.